everyone. This is Ryan Proffitt with Future Home Loans here at Future Home Loans headquarters. I'm joined today with Daniel Danyus, and our special guest is Jesse Lane with J Lane Construction. So Jesse, what brought you here to Jacksonville, Florida?
Yeah, man. Well, dude, growing up in Pennsylvania, getting kicked out of every school I went to, Ryan and I talked about this a little bit on our radio show a couple of weeks ago with Anita Hiles. And man, I mean, just that rough start in Pennsylvania as a kid, a skater kid is what I came from. And at 14, I moved out of necessity, and I have a whole documentary on YouTube. Just look up the first 30 years on YouTube. I type my name, Jesse Lane, the first 30 years. And man, we had to make that move and to Texas, actually. And so I lived in Waco, Texas for 5 years, from like 14 to 19. And I fell in love with my passion, and so I found that passion and I said yes to it. And I learned that saying yes late at night, even if it was 10 o'clock and the guys were like, man, you want to come out and help us build this new, thing on the church building or remodel this person's house or build them a new house. And so I really learned how to work with my hands, how to do construction stuff, and how to say yes to life. And so I fell in love with it. Now, it didn't really work out for me to stay in Texas long term. It was kind of like, there's a little church group there my parents are actually still a part of. And I'm skipping through my life story pretty fast here, but long story short, how I got to Jacksonville, I have family here. And so at 19, I moved from my parents' house and I had to make it on my own. And I actually moved to Iowa for about 8 months, but that's kind of a side point. That was a low point in my life for sure. Then I resurrected that low point and moved to Jacksonville. My family took me in here, and which was a huge thing. I mean, he's actually my cousin, but I almost want to call him my uncle because he's like 13 or 15 years older than me. But cousin Uncle Alan there took me in and financed a truck for me, 0 interest. Did all these things at 19 years old, and now we're business partners. Doing 8 figures of business together. So it's really cool to kind of see a little bit of a full circle swing there. So that's a little nutshell about how I got to Jacksonville.
That's awesome.